Hey everyone, let me show you something I found on Twitter. What you guys just witnessed was Minecraft Steve in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. As you can probably tell, Steve is a pretty goofy character, to say the least. Like, here's a clip of me playing against a Donkey Kong on Elite Smash, and whoa, wait a second! Oh no, Donkey Kong! Oh, he's dead. Yeah, that's kinda just what can happen when you play against Steve. Steve is not only a really goofy character, but a very powerful character as well, with this guy, Akola, becoming ranked 1 in the world using Steve. This combination of Steve being a very goofy and a very broken character has led to the community not really liking Steve. The hate for Steve got so bad that many people even wanted the character banned. They thought that since Steve's kit is so powerful, it's better off to ban him from tournaments altogether. One of the most powerful options Steve has is his shield. He has access to some of the best out of shield options in the entire game. For starters, his forwarder and his backer are both frame 7, while Footstool Anvil is even faster, being frame 4. Having options that are this fast out of shield is extremely useful for a slow character like Steve. Get too close to Steve's shield and that just murdered Fox at 79%. If a Steve hits 1 up tilt, they're pretty much already at 79%. And even if the anvil doesn't kill, it still does 23%. As a slow character, having these fast, strong out of shield options is one of the ways Steve can mitigate this flaw. These are probably things you already know though. Everyone knows that Steve's shield is broken. One thing many people don't know though is that when Steve's shield is hit, he weirdly can't angle it anymore. For some odd reason, Steve just can't angle his shield after it's been hit. It's kind of like Steve's shield is broken. Now you might think this is just some odd thing they missed, but it actually matters and makes Steve's shield get poked a lot. After Steve's shield is hit, his head and his feet are left vulnerable to shield pokes because he can't angle his shield anymore. This means there are a lot of shield pressure strings you can do that lead to pokes. If you have multi-hit moves, poking Steve's shield will be even easier because the first hit will force him to stop angling and the next hits will poke. In this clip, Roy's up B pokes because of its multi-hit properties. And in this clip, the same thing happens. Interactions like these happen all the time versus Steve and they probably don't even know about his shield issues. Out of the 8 legal stages, 5 or arguably 6 of them have relevant platforms with consistent interactions on them. If Steve is shielding on one of these platforms, it can lead to even more shield pokes at their feet from underneath the platforms. In conclusion, I think that this weird oversight about Steve's shield is something I think a lot more people could take advantage of in the matchup. And due to Nintendo's guidelines on event licenses, basically every major is going to have Steve legal. And what that means is that it's about time we learn the Steve matchup, and hopefully everyone will be able to use this video to their advantage. And trust me, I know it's frustrating. I literally lost to Steve last week.
Oh, you got clipped like that. My back! Up airs like the defensive up air.
Spike?
Do it!
Yeah, you're gone.
Oh,
You're gone.
That's it right there. Stage just blew, just doing it in Game 5 against EM. Dominant Game 5, I gotta say, too. In what was a very competitive.
On second thought, you guys can do whatever the fuck you want.